100 years ago this summer, Thomas Ashe, a Kerryman, a teacher and a patriot, arrived in Ballinalee, where he delivered a speech, the consequences of which resulted in his untimely death. Thomas Ashe fought for democracy. He fought to establish a state, to establish a nation. Ballinalee is intensely proud of our association with Thomas Ashe. It is hugely fitting that our parish hall bears his name. He had a great interest in culture, heritage, and in our language. So the Ballinalee Players are honoured to be able in a small way take part in the celebrations to mark the centenary of this very significant event.
The Irish patriot Thomas Ashe was born on the 12th of January 1885 into an Ireland where the land war was at its height. From an early age he was a member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood, the Gaelic League, and was a founding member of the Irish Volunteers. At the remarkable young age of 23, he was appointed principal teacher of Carduff National School in Lusk, County Dublin in 1908, a position he held until the Easter Rising of 1916.
While in Carduff School, he was very active in Gaelic and Irish sporting organisations. He founded the award-winning Black Raven Pipe Band in Lusk and was a founding member of the Round Towers Gaelic and Hurling Club of 1906. In 1916, he led the 5th Battalion of Irish Volunteers and played a leading role in the fighting in Fingal, and in particular the Battle of Ashbourne during the Easter Rebellion.
After the Easter Rising, Thomas Ashe was arrested for his activities, court-martialed and sentenced to death along with Eamon de Valera. The sentence was later commuted to penal servitude for life, but he was released as part of general amnesty in June 1917. Thomas Ashe was re-arrested in July of that year and accused of sedition on foot of a speech made here in Ballinalee that the authorities claimed was seditious. Michael Collins had also spoken at that meeting.
We will now hear a reconstruction of some of that speech, given by Thomas Ashe on the 25th of July 1917. It is based on police reports, and unfortunately there is no text of the full speech in existence to our knowledge.
By all means unite, form Sinn Féin clubs and become trained. The man who is trained is far better than the man who is not.
That's for sure.
If it had not been for the rebellion of Easter week, there would not be such a fine crowd of young men as are here today. Because there would be conscription in Ireland, and all these fine men would be fighting for England. A great many people in Ireland think that we are out for just another rebellion. Well, not exactly another rebellion. Because if I saw my chance, and England became overpowered or defeated on the Western Front, I would call out my men again, as I did in 1916. I received a dispatch from Pádraig H. Pearse during the Rising, in which he said, "We have won all that we set out for. The Republican flag is flying over the GPO. We now want our place at the peace conference after the war, and we want to have nothing to do with Home Rule, or this present convention, or colonial Home Rule. The Canadians accepted colonial Home Rule, and they're now fighting in England and France. If you accept any description of colonial Home Rule, we will be the very same as the French and English, whenever the next war comes round. England seems to be very anxious to know if we have the support of you people here in Ireland.
Tell England you have petty.
She had a note taker at our last meeting in Longford. Well, as a matter of fact, I am pleased he had been there, because we wish to have every country understand what it is we want here in Ireland.
Oh.
I suppose you know about these blue papers that are going around among the farmers. Do you know what they mean? If you don't, ask the police.
Well, I don't know, and I'm worried.
Well, they're from Lloyd George, who wants to know about the prosperity in Ireland in order to tax us with income tax. Ireland is now taxed to the tune of £5 million a year in the form of income tax. I suppose you're aware that T.P. O'Connor went across to America, by the way, for the purpose of recruiting his help, but not exactly to recruit his help. He tried to get the Irish Americans to assist in this convention, but we know what happened to him. He came back the same way as he went, with his tail between his legs.
Yes, he did.
The Irish exiles knew better. The youth starvation they got from England in the years past, and are only too anxious to land a blow at England. Go raibh maithagh go léir.
Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord, written by Thomas Ashe while in prison. Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord. The hour of our trial draws near, and the pangs and the pains of the sacrifice may be borne by comrades dear. But, Lord, take me from the offering throng. They are many less far prepared, though anxious and all as they are to die, that Ireland may be spared.
Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord. My cares of the world are few, and few of the tears will fall for me when I go on my way to you. Spare, oh spare the loved ones dear, the brother and son and sire, that the cause we love may never die in the land of our heart's desire.
Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord. Let me suffer the pain and shame. I bow my head to their rage and hate, and I take on myself the blame. Let them do with my body whatever they will. My spirit I offer to you, that the faithful few who heard her call may be spared to Roisin Dhu.
Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord, for Ireland weak with tears, for the aged man of the clouded brow and the child of the tender years, for the empty homes, golden players, and the hopes of our future too. Let me carry your cross for Ireland, Lord, for the cause of Roisin Dhu.
You have been listening to the story of Thomas Ashe and his time in Ballinalee. This was just one of a number of significant historical events that occurred in this locality during a turbulent decade that led to the formation of the state. But this evening belongs to Thomas Ashe.
Lake Vor Erenach Abae Thomas, Niakamij Alehe Dorish, Yeshche Gorevshe. Permakiv.